All right, so back to more Saul and David. So Saul was, remember he gets killed up at the spring of Gideon. He'd been chasing David this whole time, and now basically David is the natural successor. Although Saul had some support. There are folks who, it was kind of a civil war basically. So a civil war breaks out for about 7 years. Finally, King David consolidates power and becomes the king. He was anointed as a child and then is re-anointed and reestablished. And this here, so he comes to this hill here in the middle of the country where Jerusalem is now, and he's like, I need a city to make kind of the capital of our country. So he takes over this city, which was the city of Jebus, or where the Jebusites lived. There's a water system here already. They already had walls, and he builds a city here. And this is where his palace was, right here, that we're looking at these stones. That's at least what the current evidence points to. So this would be where he wrote, where he lived and he died, and where he wrote out the Book of Psalms and that sort of thing. Anyhow, so interesting also, there's this step stone kind of retaining wall here that actually predates King David's palace. That is from the Jebusite time. Jebusites were descendants of Canaanites. This city goes back 1800 BC, and so King David was about 1,000 years after it started or so. But anyways, you see the valley there, and this thing just drops off the edge, like all these other ancient cities did. They kind of were built on top of these hills that were hard to get to, and then they put a wall up, and it was really hard to get to. There's a water system down here. There was a pool. They built a tower around it, and then they had a tunnel that went down to it. And that's the Mount of Olives over there. So the valley in between is the Kidron Valley. So anyhow, this is the city of David.